Good morning everyone. In today's session we'll be learning about the functions of kidney. Okay, so before we start with the functions of kidney, let's revise about the LS of kidney. In the last session we have studied about the LS of kidney, internally how kidney looks like. Okay, so we'll just revise it quickly. Kidney has two regions, renal cortex and renal medulla, right? Renal cortex is dark zone. Why it is dark zone? Because the functional unit of the kidney, that is nephron, is having Malpighian body and Malpighian body, PCT and DCT. Okay, so this all parts of the nephron are seen in the cortex region. I have already explained you why these coiled parts will give red color to the cortex. Okay, so we'll just quickly revise what is that. Renal cortex is dark red in color because it is having nephron parts. Which all nephron parts are there? Malpighian body, PCT and DCT, wherein this is the medulla part. Okay, medulla part of the kidney is having medullary pyramids. And how are these medullary pyramids? These medullary pyramids are appearing like a straight lines. Okay, why? Because it is having the loop of Henle's of the nephron and collecting tubule of the nephron. Got it? So that's why the medullary rays which are there, or else renal medulla will appear light red or else pale red in color, because coiled part bhi nahi hai, glomerulus bhi nahi hai renal medulla mein. What is there in the renal medulla? Straight part of the nephron, that is loop of Henle's and collecting tubule. We will come to know what is loop of Henle, what is Malpighian tubule, PCT, DCT. All these are the parts of the nephron which we will be learning in the next topic. Okay, so basically please remember why renal medulla will appear pale red in color, because it is having straight loop, that is loop of Henle's and collecting tubule. Okay, then what is this region? See, this is the dotted region which is indicated as renal cortex, and renal medulla is having medullary pyramids. But you can make out there is continuity of the cortex in the medulla region also. Okay, so in medulla region जो cortex का part continue हो रहा है, वो part को क्या बोलते हैं? Renal column of Bertini. So all of you understood what is renal column of Bertini? Renal column of Bertini is the region of the cortex which is continued in the medulla part. Okay, then there is the cortex region. This is the cortex region which is close to the medulla. So this region which is close to the medulla is juxtamedullary region. Okay, so the cortex region which is in close vicinity of the medulla is known as juxtamedullary region. Okay, then we have also studied these all medullary pyramids. How many are there? 8 to 15 in number. Okay, but it's not that in diagram you should draw minimum 8. Okay, only the thing, basic thing which you have to draw in diagram is renal cortex. आप dotted से indicate करोगे, and renal medulla by striations. Got it? So minimum medullary pyramids, how many? 8 to 15 are there, and each medullary pyramid which is there, it is having renal papillae. Okay, so many renal papillae are present. Look here. So these are the renal papillae, and each renal papilla is opening in the small tubular part, and this small tubular part is known as minor calyx. Okay, so minor calyx of many such medullary pyramids will join to form major calyx. So look at this. This is the renal papilla which is opening in the minor calyx. So this is one minor calyx, this is another, this is the third one. So these three minor calyxes will combine or else fuse, and they will lead to major calyx. So major calyx is formed due to joining of the minor calyxes. Okay, so likewise you can see in the medulla part many minor calyxes and many major calyxes also. Okay, So these are the major calyxes which is formed due to joining of the minor calyxes. So major calyxes are opening in one big cavity of the kidney, and that is known as renal pelvis. So this is the renal pelvis, okay, in which these major calyxes are opening. Got it? So whenever the urine is produced in the kidney, where it will be firstly entering in the minor calyx through रीनल पैपिले. ओके, बहुत सारे माइनर कैलिक्सेस में फिर यूरिन आ जाएगा एंड दिस यूरिन विच इज देयर देन इट विल एंटर इन द मेजर कैलिक्सेस and from major calyxes it will enter in the renal pelvis and from renal pelvis it will enter in the ureter. Okay, and we have also studied what is hilum. Hilum is the notch like structure. Okay, this is the notch like structure which is having renal artery. So renal artery is entering the kidney. Renal artery will supply oxygenated blood to the kidney, but renal artery will have more of urea. Okay, why? Because वो heart की तरफ से आ रहा है, wherein the renal vein which is there, it will carry deoxygenated blood coming from kidney. Renal vein will have very less amount of urea because it is coming out from the kidney. Okay, so renal artery, renal vein as well as ureter. So this is the hilum, which is the depression which is seen here, and in this depression you can see three structures, that is renal artery, renal vein and ureter. Remember students, renal artery is having more concentration of urea because it is coming from heart, wherein renal vein is having less amount of urea because it is coming from the kidney. Okay, and ureter which is there, it will conduct urine to the urinary bladder. So all of you understood basic structure which we have studied of kidney. Then kidney which is there, it is having covering around it. So which three coverings are there? Renal capsule, renal adiposa and renal fascia. Renal capsule is fibrous, renal adiposa is rich in peritoneal fats which acts as a shock absorber, okay, and renal fascia is also made up of connective tissue, mostly fibrous connective tissue for protection purpose. So three protective layers are seen around the kidney, that is renal capsule which is fibrous, renal adiposa which is fatty and renal fascia which is also made up of connective tissue, especially white fibers. Okay, got it? So here we have just revised the LS of kidney. So all of you understood what is the internal structure of the kidney, okay, and what is the structural and functional unit of kidney? Nephron. Okay, so each and every kidney which is there, it is having 1 million nephrons. कितने nephrons रहते हैं? 1 million nephrons. And these nephrons cannot multiply. Neurons cannot multiply, nephrons also cannot multiply. So एक kidney में 1 million nephrons are there. Okay, so now we'll just study the functions of the kidney. Okay, so functions of kidney में क्या क्या है? First function, you all know very well what is the main function. In the last session we have studied. क्या रहेगा? Formation of excretion of nitrogenous waste. Sorry, first function of the kidney, excretion of nitrogenous waste such as urea, uric acid. So this will be excreted out of the body because of the main excretory organ, that is pair of kidneys. Okay, then second function, it also maintains osmotic pressure. Okay, so osmotic pressure of the blood remains constant because it maintains the amount of water in the body fluid. Okay, so if in the body fluid water content is more, so if intake of water is more, definitely volume of the water in the blood body fluids will be more. Okay, so more water will be eliminated out of the body in the form of urine. Okay, got it? So hypotonic urine will be excreted out if there is less consumption of water by the organism. Then kidneys will try to conserve water. Okay, and likewise hypertonic urine will be excreted out. So all of you understood how osmotic pressure of the blood is maintained by the kidney by excreting hypotonic urine or hypertonic urine. Hypotonic urine if the organism is consuming more of water. So excess water will be eliminated out through urine. Okay, and that urine will be hypotonic. And if less amount of water is consumed by the organism, then organism systems will need more of water, so more water has to be conserved. So there will be much more absorption of water from different parts of the nephron, and likewise hypertonic urine will be excreted out. Got it? So maintenance of osmotic pressure, that is the second function which we have learned of kidney. Then third function, it is also responsible for regulation of electrolytes and salts in the blood. Electrolytes and salts in the sense, in the blood not only water is there, what else is there? Blood में 90 to 92% water रहता है definitely, but in that in the blood there are many different salts as well as ions present. Okay, such as sodium ions, potassium ions, chloride ions. Then many salts, bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate, potassium bicarbonate is present. Okay, so these salts has to be balanced in the body fluid. So maintenance of the salt balance is also one of the very important function of kidneys. So how kidneys will maintain the proper concentration of electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, then bicarbonate का concentration वो कैसे maintain करेगा? By selective reabsorption. So we'll be learning in mechanism of urine formation that kidney is also responsible for selective reabsorption. Selective reabsorption का मतलब ये है whenever the urine is produced by the nephrons of the kidney. Okay, in some of the region of the nephron there will be reabsorption of the salts. Okay, so जो salts अपने body को चाहिए रहते हैं, अगर अपने body में sodium का concentration कम हो गया, so many sodium ions will be reabsorbed in the blood through nephron of the kidney. Okay, similar way chlorides, potassium ions, water, concentration of water, then bicarbonates, everything will be maintained in proper way because of selective reabsorption. And majorly in proximal convoluted tubule and in loop of Henle's, this maintenance of the electrolyte and salt in the blood will be regulated properly. Okay, so now we'll study the fourth function of the kidney, that is homeostasis. Okay, what do you mean by homeostasis? We have learnt in the first lecture itself. Homeostasis is maintenance of internal environment. Even if there are many changes in the external environment, okay, our body temperature as well as pH, everything is constant, okay, because of the role of kidneys. So kidneys regulate the electrolyte and salt balance as well as water osmotic pressure, okay, then many other means it also eliminates the nitrogenous waste. So definitely it is maintaining the homeostasis, okay, that is osmoregulation. So it is regulating water as well as salt balance, and thus internal environment of the body remains constant. Okay, so even if there is many changes in the external environment. Then fifth role of kidney is regulation of pH. pH of blood is what? 7.4. So 7.4 is the alkaline, slightly alkaline pH of the body fluid. Okay, and this pH will be maintained by the kidneys. How kidneys will maintain the constant pH, that is 7.4, by removing the excess of acids and bases. अगर ब्लड में एक्सेस एसिड्स ने तो बेसिस हो गए, तो दीज एसिड्स एंड बेसिस विल बी removed and eliminated by the kidneys and thus regulating the pH of the blood. So regulation of pH of the body fluids or blood is also maintained by the kidneys. Okay, then sixth role, that is regulation of the body regulation of the blood pressure. So blood pressure is also maintained constant. Okay, so supposing if there is low blood pressure, so kidneys will produce one hormone, that is renin, and this renin hormone will constrict the blood capillaries. Okay, so because of the constriction of the blood capillaries, blood pressure will increase. Okay, thus maintaining the constant blood pressure. So it also regulates the blood pressure. Erythropoietin production is also one of the role of kidney. Okay, kidneys will produce erythropoietin hormone, and this erythropoietin hormone will induce erythropoiesis. Okay, it stimulates erythropoiesis, and erythropoiesis कहाँ पे होता है? Formation of RBCs. It takes place in the bone marrow. Okay, so red bone marrow में erythrocytes, that is RBCs, are produced, and these RBCs will be produced in large quantity because of this hormone. Okay, that is erythropoietin. So erythropoietin is very important hormone which stimulates production of RBCs in our body. So very important role which is played by kidney. So kidney, not only it is responsible for removal of the nitrogenous waste and excess substances out of the body, but it is also responsible for regulating the water, salt as well as formation of RBCs. Okay, and one more role which is played by the renin hormone, which is produced by the kidney. Renin is also involved in maintaining the sodium ion concentration in high amount. Okay, so if the sodium ion concentration is low in the body fluids, renin will be produced by the kidneys, and this renin will bring about reabsorption of more of sodium ions, and thus sodium ions will rise in the body fluids till sufficient amount of sodium ions are available in the body fluids. Got it? So we have learned total 7 functions of kidney. First is excretion or elimination of the nitrogenous waste in the form of urea and uric acid. Second, maintenance of osmotic pressure. Okay, how maintenance of the osmotic pressure? By regulating the water intake and loss. Depending upon that, either urine excreted will be hypotonic or hypertonic. Then regulation of the electrolytes and salts in the blood. Which electrolytes? Sodium ions, potassium ions, bicarbonate ions, which will help in proper functioning of the body. Then homeostasis, maintenance of the internal environment constant even if there is much more changes in the external environment. Then regulation of the pH of the body fluids. pH of the body fluid, that is 7.4, is maintained properly because of removal of excess of acids and bases present in the body fluids. Then another one is regulation of the blood pressure. लो बीपी हो गया तो हाई बीपी करने के लिए, ब्लड प्रेशर इंक्रीज करने के लिए किडनी विल सिक्रेट रेनिन हार्मोन, and renin will constrict the blood capillaries. If blood capillaries gets constrict, उसका diameter कम हो जाएगा and blood pressure will rise, and thus kidney will be able to regulate the blood pressure. Okay, then renin is also responsible for maintaining high concentration of sodium ions in the body fluids. Okay, so whenever the sodium ions become less in our body fluids, it brings about more absorption of sodium ions from the tubules. Okay, and lastly, Very important, it is also responsible for hormonal control and formation of the RBCs because it produces erythropoietin hormone, and erythropoietin नाम में ही सब कुछ है. Erythro means erythrocytes, poietin means formation. So it induces or stimulates bone marrow to produce more of RBCs. Okay, so erythrocyte production will increase if there is proper secretion of erythropoietin hormone from the kidneys. So this is all about functions of kidneys. So in this particular session, we have studied LS of kidney. We have just revised the structure because you should know exactly what is the structure in the kidney and which all parts are present of the nephron in the kidney. Then afterwards we have discussed functions of kidney. Okay, so in the next session we'll be learning structure of nephron. Thank you.